Ayanda Debete specializes in dietetics and nutrition, so we decided to put her knowledge to the test with this nutrient-packed mushroom burger recipe that will not only indulge your taste buds, but also nourish your body.
Yes.
What inspires you when it comes to this?
Honestly, I love the movement these days of trying to replace meats with vegetables.
Yes.
I love that. So I'm like, why not do a mushroom burger?
Yes.
Let's try to substitute that meat and see which direction it
And
goes in.
that's often a big substitute when it comes to meat, right? Like mushroom apparently tastes a lot like meat, and it has that texture too when you're dealing with the big, what are they called, Jay? Portobello mushrooms?
Portobello mushrooms.
Yes.
I think as South Africans we know them as brown mushrooms.
Okay, okay.
Yes. We are going to do our mushroom first.
Okay.
Our brown mushroom, since we are South African. We're just going to get some olive oil, put
Okay.
it in a pan. Would you mind doing the honors for me?
I'll do that. Listen, I love grilling mushrooms. So
I love
I'm
it for you. You
happy.
know where we're going
So salt,
here.
pepper, and what do we have here? Is this garlic powder?
Yes, it is.
Love that. Okay, so we'll sprinkle that on.
Oof, you want it nice and flavorful, so
Yeah.
don't be afraid with the spice.
I won't. I think that's the nice thing about mushrooms is that they just suck all of that flavor
That's
up.
why we love it. And we have a tiny lime here. You can put some lime zest. Love it for us.
I love that. I love the fragrance that it's adding.
Yes.
Really smells good. Okay, so we're just going to grill these
Perfect.
ones
Just
quickly.
go straight into the pan here. And it also doesn't take that long. That's
Yes.
the amazing thing about your
Yeah.
vegetable options. They don't take as long as your meat.
Yes.
So while that's still going, what are we going to put that into? So we have whole wheat bread, which is obviously a better substitute than your white bread.
Yes.
Anything less refined is better for you.
And more
But-
fiber.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll pop our burger onto this, but before we do that, we're going to have a sauce, because what is a burger without a sauce?
Yes,
We have
yes.
some pesto here.
Okay.
How gorgeous is that? Just really love the smell of pesto as well. And then we're going to get some yogurt, please.
Right on time. So how much are we going? About a tablespoon?
See, about a tablespoon.
Is that
please. I
enough?
think that's about right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. And then we're going to, do we have more salt and pepper, please?
We have tons of salt and pepper.
Thank
there you go,
you.
my dear.
We'll just add that into here just for a bit of flavor.
Here's a
Thank you very
spoonful
much.
here.
And then you just want to mix that together.
So that's just yogurt and what? And your pesto?
And your pesto
Okay.
and your salt and pepper. And also you
Okay.
just put it there for taste, really, until it tastes like the way you want it to.
Okay.
And I mean, how gorgeous is that?
Yeah, it looks lovely.
Even the color is beautiful.
And Jay, you were saying that the great thing about a mushroom is that it can really be grilled on the highest heat and won't burn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. And you can actually see the smoke coming off the pan here. And a lot of people would sort of panic, put the temperature down.
It's called smoked mushrooms.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I've even done them directly on hot coals as well.
Oh, really?
So they really
Okay.
are robust enough to withstand the heat. And I think
Okay.
I would encourage people to use a higher heat just because that texture that you want, especially as a meat substitute, you really don't want it too soft. You still want to have that same mouthfeel that you would
Yes.
have with meat, where it sort of gives that,
Yes.
bite into it. So fantastic. But now I have a question for you, actually.
Please.
So generally when I do these kind of mushrooms, I take them to a point where, I don't know, it's a bit of a gray area where it's not really cooked all the way through.
Okay.
Is that fine with mushrooms?
That's perfectly okay. I mean, that's the amazing thing about mushrooms that you can find in stores.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're foraging yourself and you think it's a mushroom you can eat, know that it's probably safe the way that you're going to make it at home.
Amazing.
I personally like that as well, because I want it to reflect as if I'm eating a beef burger, if that makes sense. And the best way to get that texture is to almost cook it.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so I think we've got one that's sort of done.
Oh,
So should
lovely.
we start on assembling there?
Please, let's. So the first thing I want to do is take our sauce. Now, I love sauce, so I'm going to lather this
Okay.
on both sides of the bun.
And that's just, it's your two ingredients, your pesto sauce and your yogurt.
Absolutely,
Okay.
and seasoning for flavoring.
And I love that because, I don't know if charcuterie boards are still a vibe,
Thing.
but I love dips. I love exploring
Yes.
with dips. So this is another one that I'm going to add to my arsenal because it's so super
Yes.
simple.
Yes.
Let me bring this closer to you, and you can
Okay.
put your...
Are we doing one or are we going to do a double?
Let's
a
do
double
double.
decker? Should
Let's
we
do
dou-
that, yes.
Should we do double? I think that's.
That already just looks so gorgeous.
Let me do that on that one. We're
Yeah.
going to do it on that one. We do.
Let's do
It doesn't really matter.
It's the fact that he
You're still going to get two mushrooms.
And then classic burger, you have your tomatoes, your onions, and we have rocket here, just
Yes.
because that brings out the flavor nicely.
Lovely.
So to me, it just feels natural to go for the tomatoes first.
You know what I love about the way you guys have done this is that you can either, put the other half of the bun on top of of the bottom half and have a huge burger, or you can eat them separately, and that's
Yes.
that looks really pretty.
That's exactly what we're going for. Open sandwich burger vibes. Love that.
I love it.
That looks delicious.
Coming across. It's probably because somebody skilled made it.
That looks incredible. Our skilled chef, Ayanda. Nourishing your body and soul has got to be one of life's greatest purposes. So to get this recipe, all you have to do is head on over to afternoonexpress.co.za.